Hey everybody. There's something in particular about this laptop hard disk drive that is not normal. Yeah, it's warped. And I mean warped. This is the hard drive that came out of my Dell Inspiron 1525 a while back. I think it was back in 2015 this happened to it. My laptop, my Dell Inspiron 1525 laptop, as you may remember if you've been watching my channel long enough, when I was leaving work one day, went up to the parking deck, unlocked my car, and set the what happened was I was wanting to dig out my keys, and I took my laptop bag off my left shoulder, set the laptop bag down next to my rear left tire, dug out my keys, got in the car, and didn't realize I left my laptop bag out in the parking lot of the parking deck. I backed out, and as soon as I put it in drive and I started to go forward, I hit a hump, and I was like, oh, wait a second. And I looked in the passenger compartment where I normally keep my laptop, and it was not there. So yeah, guys, my Dell Inspiron 1525 got ran over by a Jeep Grand Cherokee, and it still works to this day. Not without some hardware failures. Of course, the hard drive being one. But the only other thing that had to be changed out in this laptop was the screen. That's it. That is it. Now, the laptop does not have a hard drive in it right now because, of course, I upgraded to the HP Sleepbook that I currently have, and I just simply pulled the SSD out of this. That's when I upgraded this to an SSD, by the way. So before I actually crack open this hard drive, let's go ahead and just show you. Yeah, the thing does work. This laptop does work. Now, of course, there's no hard drive in it. Yeah, it's going. Of course, it's going to slow post for me today. Frickin' Dells. But yeah, it does in fact work. Of course, you can see all the heavy wear on it. Yeah, this thing has definitely seen its fair share of wear. I'm really hesitant to get rid of the thing, to be honest. It looks like our battery's about dead. I see the battery light is solid. Let's see if I can even get past regular post. The CMOS battery, oh, the battery just went dead. So I need to plug in and let it charge up anyway. But yeah, it actually does work. Pretty amazing, isn't it? Laptop getting run over by a car. None other than your hard drive getting warped, the screen, the LCD getting ruined, and some screws getting backed out for a result of the getting run over. It still works fine. I'm going to charge this back up because it needs to charge up. But today, we're going to open up this hard drive. I never have. I don't know why. But I never have actually done it until now. So, this, 2 years later, we're finally going to crack this thing open and have a look inside. I'm curious to see what kind of damage we have in here. Of course, as you can see, the whole thing is warped, big time. It's very noticeable from this side. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and first take off the PCB off the bottom. Now watch this when let me get you a better view first. Now have a look at this when I start taking these center screws out. It's going to probably bring some relief to this thing. At least to the circuit board anyway. The PCB is going to probably flex up a little bit. Again, keywords probably. No guarantees. Now it depends on how the PCB is really attached to the read-write head and other components. Now this is a Seagate solid-state hybrid drive, so it also has, I think, 4 gigabytes worth of SSD storage. available. So I guess we'll take an opportunity to look inside of a Seagate solid-state hybrid drive. Yeah, it's a shame. This is one of the very few Seagate drives I never had to turn back in for warranty due to premature failure. I ended up killing this one though. I mean, this to give you an idea. Oh, there it goes. Just to give you an idea, this thing, literally, the hard disk is locked up. It will not spin. And of course, this here is the main control board. And I think we actually have our solid state storage on here as well. I think it's probably in this chip right there. That Hynix chip. Possibly. Not 100% certain on that. I think that's our cache memory. Don't know how much cache this particular hard disk had. I can't remember for sure. But I think that's our SSD storage, if not that. I'm thinking more of this because it's a Hynix chip. Now for the fun stuff. Okay, so this is the bottom of the hard drive. Let's go ahead and open this up. And of course you need to have a Torx bit screw for that. Or Torx bit driver, rather. I think this one here will fit it. If not, I do have one that will. Okay, this particular little screwdriver pin always comes to the rescue on stuff like this. So I'll go and remove these screws. Now the seal's gonna probably want to break itself because of this thing being so dang warped. Yeah, I'm curious to see what kind of damage we have on the platters and whatnot. Yeah, it's already trying to open itself. I think anyway. Momentus XT 500 gigabytes. Manufactured date of, I saw 2012 somewhere. Yeah, January 2012. While not as fast as an actual solid state drive, this was actually pretty nice. It's a it was a 7200 RPM drive with I think 4 gigabytes worth of solid state hybrid storage available. And the way these worked, which they still make them too, the way these work is I think they analyze what files are commonly used the most, and they move those, like for example your program files or your boot files, and they move those into the SSD storage to help enhance boot times and whatnot. Okay, it's going to open right up as I figured it would. We probably have additional screws holding things together, like for example where the read-write arm is. Got to pull this sticker back to get to it. Go ahead and pull the sticker all the way off. Why not? And of course we have this sticker here. And that one final screw. Okay, so let's see what kind of damage we have in here. Okay, so the actual disc looks okay. However, it cannot spin. I mean, it is, you cannot spin it at all. And of course the read-write head is parked over here, and it's locked. And of course you can see around, it's like a mirror. Of course you can see the camera, you can Probably see me a little bit. Yep. Okay, let's take this screw out and dig into this thing further. Oh, it spins. It's funny, it spins with the screwdriver. I guess what is the screwdriver gives enough torque to get that thing to spin. And of course, I don't care about recovering data off of this, but so you know, of course, I would be a lot more cautious around the platters and whatnot. But so yeah, what happened is the course getting warped like it did prevented the motor from spinning up the drive. This is, wow, how many platters does this thing have? One. Let's see. See if number 2 will come off of there. Spacer. And of course it's parked, so it should come right off of there. And it's spinning faster, it's spinning easier now. It's trying. Okay, I see what the problem is. It's these little park ramps here that are being kind of a nuisance. Let's see if I can get that out of the way. And of course, I don't know the sequence of assembly on these things. I've never really dealt with hard drives all that much, but yeah, that just slides out of the way, and then yeah, so it's a 2-platter disc. Not sure if these are metal, if they're glass plated or not. I know some of them actually use glass, or at least I know some of them use glass as your platters. Definitely don't feel like metal, that's for sure. So it's probably glass. So it's a wonder if those were glass. It's a wonder they didn't shatter. Really, to be honest. Let's look at that bottom. I want to see if there's any scraping going on here. Other than the scraping that I caused myself when I open this up, I don't see any damage on there. That's interesting. I guess the pressure of it being assembled, it being warped, is what prevented it from spinning. Because like I mentioned, it was completely locked up. It would not spin. You could hear it trying to spin, and this wouldn't spin up at all. Now another thing interesting, of course, is not laptop hard drives, but pretty much any hard drive. They're a great source of neodymium magnets. I'll rip that out of the way. So of course, this is what your hard drive read-write head is parked on when your drive is turned off. It's this plastic little piece here. This is what helps the hard drive when you're out transporting your computer and whatnot. I think even desktop hard drives typically will have these as well. That's why you always want to shut down your machine before you do a lot of like transportation and things like that. Because while your machine is operating, if you drop your machine or whatnot, and the hard drive is on and the heads are out on the disk somewhere, that's where you can have a lot of problems. So when your hard drive heads are parked on this is what helps the hard drive survive minor impacts and things like that. It has a better chance of surviving a drop when the head is parked in that position. Get you some better focus back. Have a look in here. See if we can get some nice neodymium magnets out of here, which we can. We definitely can. And of course, the neodymium magnets are what is because essentially your read-write head is essentially it's a motor in itself. And there's a little electromagnet that's down in there. You may be able to see the copper windings on it. That neodymium magnet is what is essentially like a permanent magnet motor in a way. See if we can get that thing to lift off of there. It's funny, I don't see any other screws holding it down, so theoretically it should pop out of there. It's gotta be careful doing this because neodymium magnets are very strong. Yeah, that's what's holding it down right now is pure magnetic force. So you gotta get a good grip on it and man, pull it away. So you have two magnets in there. Very nice magnets. Yeah, hard drives are definitely a good source of neodymium magnets. Okay, dang battery died while I was taking that magnet off of there, but we still have the read-write ahead. And if you notice now that one neodymium magnet's off of there, you can see this thing is wanting to go that way. Okay, so let's see if we can get that thing out of there. We'll have to pry it out, because I don't think there's really much anything else holding it in there. And then take this off. Okay, so with the careful look, no, you don't have to pry this out. It's actually held in by another screw that's under a sticker here. So essentially, you have a screw down here with a sticker over it, and you have a screw over here with the sticker over it. That's also, I think it's a combination of warranty validation and, of course, keeping everything sealed up. Now, actually, I've already taken the magnet loose, so it should just come right out with everything. As you see, there we go. Okay, that actually came out pretty easily. And there is the other neodymium magnet. I think that piece here should just pop off of there. I'd hope anyway. I'd rather not have that stuck on there permanently, but sometimes beggars can't be choosers. I think with a little bit of extra force that'll come out of there. Do this off camera for a sec. Okay, I can wait for another time. Anyways, you have the motor, which I think is like pressed in there on this particular one. I know on desktop hard drives you can usually take the motor out by taking 3 screws loose, but in this one it's like it's pressed in there. So that's the motor, and this whole thing I believe is aluminum, and it is quite sturdy. So it's amazing, you know, how much force it took to warp it like it did through the computer it was in. So, there you go. Probably have to keep that just for the heck of it. I know I'll be keeping this, the bottom piece, but I'll probably dispose of the rest of it. And these, I think, are made of glass. They're very light, so I think they are made of glass, not metal. Well, they're coated. in the what magnetic material, whatnot, the material that's used for hard drives. And of course, they make great mirrors, very great mirrors. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. That is a look in the hard drive that was pulled out of the Inspiron 1525 that got ran over. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hey everybody, I sure hope you guys enjoyed this video from Q Computer Channel. Remember to like the video, subscribe to Q Computer Channel for more updates, and remember to tick the bell so that you actually get notified of these updates. Did you know that I am also on a second channel that's CubeComp MTDX? Over there you'll find videos of bicycling, weather, elevators, and all sorts of other neat and interesting stuff. Feel free to subscribe to that channel as well. And again, I thank you for your support, and thanks for watching this video.